Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Hulk Hogan is a complete idiot.
Elias is back, sort of.
Liv Morgan is returning to WWE pretty soon.
And an update on the Righteous's AEW departure. I'm Adam Wilborn.
Hulk Hogan, man, what are we doing? I'm Andy Murray.
It's every month, isn't it?
Yeah, every month, once a month.
This is the news.
And he usually does all right, so we're going to keep doing it. Listen up. Hulk Hogan has been lying and saying names wrong.
What?
And actually, in the past 5 days, he said Shelton Benjamin's name wrong twice. And Shelton Benjamin has had enough, which is very understandable. So the first instance of Hulk Hogan calling Shelton Benjamin Shelton.
Is that a teacher or a substitute teacher who just got the class list for the first time? Murray Andrew? Anyone?
Yeah. He's just... But how did you do it? How do you do it twice? No, I don't understand.
It's quite well known as well.
Yeah,
it's not like he's like this young upstart. Oh, I don't know.
Exactly.
What do we call him?
Shelton Benjamin's been in the spotlight for like 25 years. What are we doing? But yeah, anyway, he was talking to TMZ, and this quote is just full of lies.
Oh my god.
I've been in the ring with some really crazy wrestlers. Like, I got Brock Lesnar right after he left the UFC. No, you didn't.
I didn't.
No, you didn't. When did Brock Lesnar get in the UFC? Like 2010, 2011?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hulk Hogan wrestled Brock Lesnar twice. Once was one-on-one in like 2002, and the other was in a tag in like 2003.
Yeah, maybe he fought him early on in his career, but that wasn't when he'd been in the UFC. That was later Hulk
Right,
stuff.
after he came out of the UFC.
Unless he means like, he was doing like a sticker book. And he was a swap shop, and he got Brock Lesnar as soon as he left the UFC. He's like, oh, jackpot, I got a shiny.
No, I actually beat him in an MMA fight, the Hulkster, with his...
Is that when Metallica not touring?
Yeah, that's right. The Metallica let him off from playing bass. And actually, Hulk only made it because he's got 8 days of the week because of how he travels.
He's more time to train. Cheating, if anything.
Exactly. Give him a year, he's already lapped you. But yeah, he said, wrapping up that Brock Lesnar comment, he said, I got him first. No, that all right, John Cena. He then said, I got Kurt Angle when his eyeballs used to roll back like a shark and he'd come after me. What does that mean? What does that mean?
There's a lot wrong with that sentence. But do sharks' eyeballs roll back? I didn't know about
this.
this.
If you punch him in the nose when they come for you.
Does he think he's the dead man?
He must...
You know what Kurt's like, riding around his bike? All right, Kurt, how's the wife? How's Michelle McCool? What are you talking about, mate?
Yeah, dong. Remember when Kurt Angle had that Boneyard match with AJ Styles?
I would like to see Kurt Angle's druids, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
I love Kurt Angle.
Me too. God bless Kurt Angle. Now, to be fair, right, Hogan did wrestle Kurt Angle quite a lot, so we'll maybe give him that one, although the shark thing is weird. He then said, Benjamin Shelton, all these different guys that I've had the opportunity to see adapt into our business. So he did wrestle Shelton Benjamin once in 2003. It was actually the same tag match that had Brock Lesnar in it. So
that's what's going confused.
So okay, yeah, you must sure Brock's name begins with B, so it must be another guy whose name begins with B. Benjamin Shelton, right? So that was last week. He's done it again. He was on Pat McAfee's show yesterday.
Why? Well, to promote his beer, probably.
Yeah, probably. And he named a bunch of people, some of the amateur wrestlers who'd found success in wrestling.
Cena John, love him.
Yeah.
Rhodes Cody. Who's got comments? We're gonna not even have a go at this. Comments. Who's got the best wrestler name if you flip it round?
Ooh, Rude Rick. That's not bad.
That's good.
That's not bad, is it?
That is very good.
But yeah, he named
Clown the Doink.
Undertaker but he named Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle, and then Benjamin Shelton again. What's he doing? Right, Shelton has had enough.
I saw this tweet.
He's had enough. So he tweeted one of these things, and he said, "You lost me forever with your don't get caught, or as you would call it, apology speech.
Yeah.
So, rather than screw up my name and pretend we ever had any sort of camaraderie, which we never had, please do me a favor and he's attached the Will Smith, keep my name out of your effing mouth.
Yeah.
Now, MVP also...
the dinosaur's not happy about it.
Yeah, the dinosaur in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that. MVP also replied to a clip of Hogan being an idiot, calling him a pathological lying piece of human excrement. So first of all, there's a lot to pick apart here. Hulk.
Is that not just a catch-all term of Hulk Hogan's a dumbass?
Yeah, he does this all the time.
And quite rightly, Shelton there reminding us that, like, it's not like, whoa, he's really gone off the rails recently. He was caught saying racist things.
He used the M-word.
Yeah, and then when given the opportunity to, and I think just because you say sorry doesn't mean you automatically get off scot-free with it. But at least say sorry. Yeah. Don't go in and go, guys, watch out. You never know what they're recording out there.
Yeah.
That wasn't the problem, Hulkster. It was the fact you said the N-word. And you were surrounded by people who have been suffering with the people's doing that to them for all these years.
Exactly.
And you've gone, careful, don't let them catch you saying it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he had the opportunity to apologise to the locker room several times and it never happened. He might claim it did, but how can you trust this man? He thinks he had a match with Brock Lesnar in the 2010s.
I'll trust the words of quite a few people who've said that's not what he said.
Exactly. And the word he used has been used to dehumanize people for decades and centuries. And it's his thing was, just don't get caught. You never know when you're getting recorded, or something along those lines. Well, it's just a numpty. He had another one a few weeks ago. Was he on Joe Rogan or something? I only saw this because it went viral. Where he was like, I was going to fight in Pride FC in like 1990 or something. It was like 10 years before it formed. Like, he is like just a pathological liar.
Yeah.
And if you've ever been around a pathological liar in your life, which I unfortunately have for about 7 or 8 years.
It's not me, by the way.
No, it's not him. He's solid.
I just make stuff up. There's a big difference.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, if you've ever been around one, once you kind of figure them out, it's really easy to spot. The problem is, often these people are quite charismatic and charming.
Yeah.
So that, like, when you speak to them, you're like, oh, you seem all right.
I guess his name is Benjamin Shelton.
Yeah. I guess he really did fight. Obviously, the thing about being charming doesn't really apply to Hulk Hogan. He's a numpty. But yeah, this guy, he does it every month. Look, we get a kick out of it. We like taking the piss out of it. So we're going to talk about it every time because it amuses us. So there you go.
Austin Steve Cold Stone.
Cold Stone. Is that
I like this game.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
There's no more of them. Yeah, Hulk Hogan's an idiot. TLDR.
Yeah, he's really silly.
And as if you needed more reason to love the Hurt Syndicate, and in particular Shelton Benjamin and MVP.
Friend of the show, Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, you get a thumbs up from us.
Yeah. That's Simon Miller's catchphrase, isn't it? Yeah. Thumbs up.
No, give MJF the old tripler. Come on. We all want to see what happens next. Anyway,
here we go.
Moving on, let's talk about Elias returning to WWE. Well, sort of. Technically, Elias hasn't returned because it was Elijah who made an appearance.
I thought you were going to say Ezekiel.
No. Man. Oh, yeah, no, he's, I don't know, still recuperating from his injuries, I think.
I don't know what happened to him.
Get well soon, regardless. Yes, Elijah popped up on NXT last night. They had a big 25-man battle royal to determine who's going to face Obafemi at NXT Battleground. And, Elijah, there was like the usual, Trick Williams is making his entrance, Javon Evans is making his entrance, Ethan Page is making an entrance. 20 other people are also in the ring. And then lights on, guitar strum, Elijah of TNA now, of course, hence why he's going by that name, popped up. The fans still called him Elias and chanted welcome home. He did pretty well. He had the honour of eliminating Trick Williams, who was a little bit distracted by Joe Hendry. They're going to be facing at Battleground for Joe's TNA title. But unfortunately, he didn't win, Elijah. He was eliminated by Sean Spears. Miles Bourne, which was awesome, won it, the whole thing. He's going to face Obafemi. Miles Bourne, if you're unaware, is the sort of Randy Orton clone they've got down in NXT. He's mint, so I'm really, genuinely, really happy for him. We'll talk more about it on the NXT review podcast later on today. But yeah, nice pop to see Elias back in WWE.
Yeah, it's very useful to have like a gimmick like that people will remember probably forever.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look, definitely the character had a shelf life in WWE, and we saw that when they started doing awful stuff like the Ezekiel storyline, which was what is like
it only benefited Kevin Owens, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Kevin Owens made it watchable, but he makes everything watchable.
Yeah.
But like in the early days, people forget like Elias the Drifter. He started off as a heel. But people got so into the act that they had to turn him babyface, and he was really popular for a while. It's just a thing when things are that gimmicky, sometimes they do run out of a bit of steam.
He was also perfect, unfortunately for him, for debuts, returns.
Yes.
Like it was like Dr. Thugonomics at our first WrestleMania,
Kick his
Taker
ass.
on the Raw after WrestleMania, and then like any time you wanted someone new to pop up. Who wants to walk with Elias? Oh, look, it's this guy who's going to kill you subsequently.
Yeah, exactly. It's Uso J. He's here to kick his ass. So like, but the thing is, it's a fun character and he's charismatic, so he's going to have these nostalgia spots for the rest of his career. They'll be able to bring him back every year for a little pop if they want.
Yeah.
Because people remember the gimmick and they'll go, hey, it's the Guitar Man.
Yeah.
And we like the guitar. And I like him too. So good for him.
He's only been in TNA for a few months, I believe. Obviously, he popped up to help Joe Hendry, music themes.
Yeah, there you go, guitarsman.
A few months back. But yeah, I hope to see more of him on NXT. I really, really missed Elias.
Indeed. We already saw Fandango return
yes,
as well. So there you go. Although not really with the same character, but universe is weird.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan.
Oh wow.
So this says,
how's Harley weird?
Yeah, what the hell's going on with this?
You missed all this last week, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Last week it was like, Liv Morgan is going to be gone for 9 years.
Yeah, she's retiring.
And she's going to, what was it, the new Hollywood it girl. And she's Margot Robbie all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And the film is going to make her the biggest star, all this crazy stuff. No, she's back in a couple of weeks, mate. Fightful Select have the scoopski on this. She's been filming a role in Bad Lieutenant Tokyo, and she's asked for time off on Raw, and Adam Pearce was like, okay. Later that week, the stuff came out about her heading Japan to start filming. She's going to be back real soon. Her wrap date is the 16th of May. That is in. That is in how many days?
9 days.
There you go. And then she'll be returning to the USA the next week. There's no word on when exactly she'll be back, but she's minimum going to miss like one more episode of Raw. What a weird story this turned out to be.
Yeah.
It was initially presented like, Marilyn Monroe's here. It's Liv Morgan. I think a lot of the time, people get, like wrestling fans get a little bit carried away when it comes to like acting transitions.
Yeah.
They think that like a wrestler can just go and be a really successful actor, when in reality, who are the most successful wrestling actors of all time? Obviously The Rock, right?
Yeah.
But he is like a 1 in a million charismatic dude.
He's the best.
John Cena's been very successful. Dave Bautista, I think, is the best actor, probably. Not, he doesn't always have the biggest roles, but he's always great
I love him, yeah.
in them. It's very hard. It's not like you can just press
The
a
Miz,
button.
obviously.
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah. The Marine 12, my favorite.
Is DiBiase Jr. in one of them?
Probably.
Or was that 12 rounds? They just kept making the same films, didn't they?
Yeah, he's in a different kind of spot of bother these days, isn't he? The DiBiase's, God bless. Yeah, it's hard. Acting is hard, so it's not like you can't just push a button and suddenly Liv Morgan is the most famous person in Hollywood. But I'm sure she'll do a good job, and I'm sure the movie will be
he's
good.
really promising this for her. I think it spoke volumes. Either A, that WWE knew that she wasn't going to be gone for a long time, or B, they just don't care about the women's tag team titles.
Yeah.
They were like, we're going to take the titles off her so she can go off and film this movie. Actually, no, it benefits the story more for Becky to drop them immediately and turn heel. Right, but they're tag team champions and she's going off to Hollywood. Can't be right.
Yeah.
No one will care. But yeah, Liv Morgan, genuinely a little bit happy that this hasn't gone for 2 or 3 months as much as I wanted to do well in her career, because she's had an incredible in-ring for the last few months. So I'm glad to see her back on the 16th or there or thereabouts.
Whenever she may come back. Yeah.
I think she should go full Hollywood when she comes back. Hollywood Liv Morgan.
Hollywood Liv Morgan. Like, aye. It would work better.
Tell the Hulkster she was in the NWO the whole time. Was she?
Yeah, she was actually the star of The Godfather.
Yeah, you probably knew her actually as Morgan Liv. So.
Yeah. Dodio Gianna. Gianna Dodio.
Dom Dirty, by the way.
Dom Dirty.
Damn dirty.
Oh boy, what have we got?
Finally, we got a little bit of an update on the Righteous, Andy. We talked about them departing AEW just yesterday, of course. Apparently, according to BW Insider, they requested their release rather than it being an expiry of contract or firing or anything like that. That's why they're gone from the company. Door isn't shut from either side of this equation that they might work together in the future. Also, I was just watching this again before we started filming. A little bit of a tease of the Righteous and Karrion Kross on social media.
Yeah, Karrion Kross posted a video of him chilling there, listening to the music, clicking his fingers. The music gets in your head. It's like
it is very catchy.
It's like 2 chords, but it gets in your head. Sliding guitar. So, I mean, look, they didn't want to be there. They asked for the release and they got it. Perfect. That's how it should work. If someone wants to quit their job, they should be able to quit their job. IMO. It's a pretty straightforward equation with all of this. I don't know, no word on any non-competes or anything like that. Maybe they have one. But look, they weren't really doing all that much. Like, maybe, they were in Ring of Honor, and they were on that show pretty regularly. But they were
wrestled in like April, I think.
Yeah, but they're never on AEW, so fair enough to them. Like, they value themselves higher than their positioning on the card, and they want to make a go of it somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. And I like the gimmick that they've got. We talked about their look and the way that they work together, and I think, if you're sat there going, look, and I will always put people over who back themselves. So that, nothing against, if you've got mouths to feed and stuff, and you're like, look, I've kind of got like a regular income here. I could probably be shooting for bigger things, but this is a safe bet for me right now. That's fair enough, absolutely. But if you're sat there and you're like, you know what, I really think we could take this, somewhere else, whether it be on the Indies or WWE or whatever.
Matthews Bridge.
Exactly. Yeah. Then back yourselves and go for it. So fair play to them. And I don't know, Karrion Kross is the best thing for me right now. So I love any teasers of what the hell's going on with it.
Yeah,
it's good
there you go.
Teacher to
I can't. No, I'll never learn. I'm 37. My learning days are done. Like,
can you do the pouring of the bottle of wine?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Man of many talents. I'm not presenting.
Can you do this gimmick?
Oh yeah.
Anyone can do that.
Can you switch sides though?
Oh shoot. Oh no, I can't. What nonsense. Anyway,
thanks for watching.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
Hey,
this.
Should we do this again later?
Yeah, we probably should. There's more Hogan stuff on that, actually.
There is. There is.
Maybe we should put all that in one video. But hey, if you like that, you're going to have a good time with the one in the afternoon. Here is the 100 greatest WrestleMania moments ever. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.